Hello and welcome to the commentary for The Way. Now, you will notice some repetition in these articles, in the Effortless Success ebook, audiobook, and in my commentaries. Why am I repeating these ideas again and again and again? Well, to quote Tony Robbins, usually the problem is not to know what to do. The problem is to do what you know. In other words, knowledge is only the beginning, basic knowledge. And this is true in learning a language or doing anything, to be honest. Any skill, anything you want to actually do and not just think about. And there are two things we must do. First, we have to know what to do. We need the correct knowledge. So if we're going to speak fluent English, we need to know the best way to study, to learn, to get that goal, to speak really great English. But that's not enough. Just knowing is not enough. You can read my 7 rules from my email course, and you can read all my ebooks, and you know what to do. You know a really great system, but you have to do it, right? You have to take action every day, consistent action. You have to do what you know. So first you have the knowledge, then you use that knowledge, and you have to use it consistently. Right? Just doing it one time is not enough, right? You got to do it every day, day after day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year. That's how you get success with anything. So it's the same with business. So the first step is to know what to do. And that's an important step. A lot of people don't know what to do. There are a lot of books out there about business. Now, unfortunately, a lot of them are really for big business. They're focused on really large corporations. And that kind of knowledge, it's certainly meaningful if you are at the top of a really big company. If you're the president of Sony or even a vice president or very high up in a large company, then yes, those big business books are very helpful. But if you're not, well, you need different kind of knowledge. A small business person needs a different kind of knowledge. A middle manager, someone in the middle or lower in a company, needs different kinds of knowledge to be successful. So you have to get the correct kind of knowledge. And so what I'm offering you here is the most simplified, basic foundation for success as a small business person or in a career, in a typical normal career. So you got to have the knowledge. Then you got to know what to do. Then you have to use that knowledge, in other words. You have to use it day after day. The reason I keep repeating again and again these same ideas, I repeat them in different ways, because you need to hear them many, many times. The first time you hear something, just like learning a new word in English, you hear it, then you probably forget it. You hear it 10 times and understand it, maybe you'll start to remember it. You hear it 30 times, probably now you're starting to remember it, and maybe you can use it. You hear it 100 times, 200 times, 500 times, and you understand, well, then you probably learn it very deeply, and you begin to use it. You begin to take action. And that's what I want you to do. I don't want to just give you knowledge, not with my English lessons, not with business English information, not with anything. I want to inspire action. I want you to take action. I want you to really improve your career or improve your business or start a business, even a part-time little business. Right? I want to change your life for the better, not just teach you a few words of English, a few words of business English. You can learn that anywhere. Just go buy a book and memorize it if that's all you want. but I think you probably want more if you're listening to these lessons. So let's talk about this way, this Tom Peters way, which is similar to some of the ideas we've already learned about and ones that you're going to hear in my Effortless Success audiobook. So he has 3 steps, 3 main ways to succeed. Now, the great thing about Tom Peters is he's very much focused on career. He's focused on people who are working in bigger companies that have jobs. That's his main audience. So he's talking to them, but these same principles, these same steps are also good for small business owners. So they're good for both. Now, the first one is find heroes. Find an exemplar of what you want, an example of the great success that you want in your company, whether you're an employee or whether it's your own company that you own. So that's the first step. So let's say you're working as an accountant in a IBM, a huge company, and in your department, you think, wow, we can do better, we can improve. Well, your first step is find people who are great, or maybe find another department in IBM that is fantastic, or maybe you need to find accountants or another department in a different company that's doing fantastic work, right? You need your example, you need your heroes. They show you what is possible. So find those people inside your company or outside your company, real flesh and blood people. The next thing you do are demos. So you have your heroes, you have an idea of what is possible, and you have some ideas of your own, you have some ideas of what you want to do. So try your ideas. Now don't spend a ton of money or time. Take your new idea, your cool idea, your interesting idea, and look at your heroes, see how they're doing it, how they're doing some great stuff, and then try to do it in your own department or in your own company. But do it in a fast, easy, cheap way, in a small way first. That's a demo, right? The great thing about demos is they show people what is possible. If you go to a meeting and you say, I think we should try something new, and then people will say, oh, so many people, they'll start saying, oh, it's not possible, we can't do it. But if you go to a meeting and you say, here's my cool idea, and I'm already doing it, I have a demo, and it's successful, it's working, well, then it's much harder for people to say it's not possible, because clearly you've already shown them that it is possible, right? Real examples, even small ones, even cheap ones, are very, very powerful. They're much more powerful than just an idea alone. So you need the good idea, you need the hero, yes, but you also need the demo. You need an example, a concrete, real example that something is definitely possible. And finally, we need stories. According to Tom Peters, we need stories, exciting stories, riveting stories of success. And again, this shows people what is possible. So you have your demo, and then you tell a story about it. You say, one of our customers used my demo and loved it. They said it was fantastic. Or you say, here's my demo, and even though it's really cheap and it's not good, it already made $5,000. Just this ugly, cheap little version with almost no advertising. Again, and you tell the story. You tell stories. You tell stories about successful customers. You tell stories about heroes in your company, other people who are doing great stuff. You tell stories about people in other companies who are doing great things. That's how you inspire people, not with logic. We're always trying to be logical. Well, here is my presentation. I will show you a PowerPoint presentation and blah, blah, blah. Talking, 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 talking. Boring, boring, boring. Instead, tell stories to show what is possible. Tell stories about what you're trying to do or what you want other people to do. Real stories are much more powerful than a logical presentation. All right, so those are the three. Those are Tom Peters', 3 keys to risk-taking. That's how you get other people to take risks. So we're assuming you already want to take risks, but now you're trying to convince other people. Well, that's how you do it. You find heroes and you do demos, and you show those to people, and you tell stories. That's how you convince people in your company to also take risks, to also try new things, to also improve. And usually that's the hard part, is getting other people to do it. Once you decide to do it yourself, well, that's easy. You just do it. Don't ask permission, just do it. But then later, if you have a bigger company, especially, you need to convince other people. And you do that in this way. You do that by showing them your demo and telling stories about the successes. And you do it by finding heroes. So I think the important point of all of this is this idea of action first, planning second. The opposite of what we usually think and what we're usually taught. Right? We're taught to plan, plan, plan. Think, think, think. Think, 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 think. Plan, plan, plan. Plan more. Plan some more. And then finally, maybe act. Take action. That's the way of failure and boredom and mediocrity. The way of success is the opposite. Action first. Take action. Do something. Try something. Take a risk. Talk to a hero. Interview them. Do a demo version of something. A new system, a new product, a new service, a new way of doing things. Just do it. Don't think about it too much. Just do it. Then, after you do it, then think. Then look at it. Then plan what to do next. But don't plan too long. Just a little bit is enough. And after you do this enough times and you find some successes, you will. Some things will succeed, some will fail. Focus on the successes. When you find the successes, that's when you do the way that Tom Peters tells us. That's when you start showing people the heroes. That's when you start telling stories about the successful things you have done and the successful things other people have done. That's when you show people your demo or demos and the results that you got. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed these articles, and I hope, more importantly, that you will try these ideas, that you will take action. All right, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.